Mace Windu is alive, and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to break down why I think that is, and why you should think it is as well, because there's genuine evidence that could prove that he is still alive. Like, he hasn't been spotted in the background of A New Hope or something, obviously, but I'm going to be analysing how he died, or died, and telling you why he didn't actually die from what you think he died of. Let's get on with it. So for starters, there's two separate reasons why I think Mace Windu is alive. One of them is out of the Star Wars galaxy, and the second one, the majority of this video, is within the Star Wars galaxy. So let's start off with the one with out of the galaxy. Mace Windu is a huge character in Star Wars. If they brought him back and the news got out that he was coming back into Star Wars, a lot of old fans that really liked the prequels when they were younger, say, would come back and watch whatever piece of content he is in. So that makes them a lot of money just by them coming back and watching that series, and a large percentage of people that come back and watch that series or movie or whatever would then get back into Star Wars heavily, then making Disney and Lucasfilm a lot of money. So it's simply clever to do so. And then with that, obviously, Mace Windu being such a big character, whatever he is brought back into, they can sell merchandise of that. So reason number one is it would make a lot of money. But now let's actually talk about how it makes sense for him to survive in the actual galaxy. So for starters, what actually happened to Mace Windu to make him die? Well, number one, he got his hand chopped off. Number two, he was force lightninged from Palpatine for quite a while. And number three, he was sent out of Palpatine's office and presumably fell to his death. Obviously, he did not die from getting his hand cut off. We've seen many characters such as Anakin, Luke and Count Dooku get their hand or hands chopped off and still be absolutely fine in terms of being alive afterwards. Yes, Dooku obviously died, but that wasn't because he got his hands chopped off. That's because Anakin chopped his head off. I mean, Darth Maul literally survived getting his body chopped in half, and yes, I know he used the dark side to survive, but Anakin and Luke definitely didn't, and they were absolutely fine. So that is not what killed Windu. Now I'm going to jump forward and skip to him being thrown out the window, then thrown out the window, and then skip back to the lightning, because that's what I have the most to talk about. So he was chucked out the window. Yes, and he would have fell very far, but we've seen many people fall very far and be absolutely fine, and Mace Windu is one of these examples. With Obi-Wan Kenobi in Season 7 of the Clone Wars, he fell very far and was absolutely fine. He didn't even brace his fall like Anakin and Ahsoka did in the early stages of the Clone Wars when they jumped off of the wall they destroyed in Geonosis. Or on Geonosis, they kind of braced themselves with the force as they landed. So assuming Mace Windu is conscious, he would definitely be able to survive this fall. That's completely ignoring the fact that if he was conscious, he could easily grab onto a ship or speeder flying past. So he is most definitely not dying from the fall, if he is still conscious, that is. And that brings me on to the Force Lightning. Now to start with, let's see how long Mace Windu was actually shocked with Force Lightning by Palpatine. So it was roughly 16 seconds I counted. I don't know about you, but it couldn't have been more than a second more or less. So yes, that sounds like a long time, but how does that compare to some other characters that have received Force Lightning from Sheev himself? And we're going to start with Luke Skywalker. Count how long he gets shocked for. He gets 20 seconds of Force Lightning, give or take, and before he got his long duration of Force Lightning, he had about 5 seconds of like on and off spurts from Palpatine, and if you half that just to make up for the fact there was obviously rest periods in between from getting shocked, then that is 22.5 seconds of Force Lightning from a more powerful version of Palpatine, I should add, That is 6.5 seconds longer than Mace Windu got, and it's from a stronger version of Palpatine. So if that doesn't tell you that Mace could be alive still, then I don't know what will. But if you're still not convinced and you think Luke's raw power is enough to save him in that situation, despite Mace Windu in Revenge of the Sith definitely being more strong in the Force than Luke in Return of the Jedi, simply down to training, as yes, Luke has a higher potential in midichlorian count, but Mace is much more trained and experienced. But anyway, if you're still not convinced, then we'll look at some more examples of people surviving from Force lightning. Now these ones may not necessarily be for as long, but they're just further proof that Force lightning doesn't just kill you very easily. Darth Maul in the Clone Wars Season 5 after he fights Palpatine is an interesting example, because while he is getting Force lightning by Palpatine, the scene actually ends, so we don't know for sure how long he was shocked. And that also applies in the Son of Dathomir comic when he's getting Force lightning. We don't know how long that is because it's a comic. So Maul has tanked lightning for a decent amount of time, but we don't know how long. Now in the Clone Wars, what we do see of him getting shocked is around 5 seconds with a prior 3 that we're going to have, because there was obviously a gap, meaning that it's 6.5 seconds. But like I said, the scene gets cut, so it's quite likely that he gets another 10, another 15, and maybe another 20 seconds of Force lightning after that ends. But that's not proof. That's just simply pointing out that someone else, probably weaker than Mace Windu, definitely at that point, survived Force lightning. There's also Anakin in the Clone Wars who got shocked many times, and then the least experienced out of all the people that I've mentioned, Savage Opress, also got Force lightning for a long amount of time. So this just proves that Force lightning isn't an instant kill on a Force user, and especially someone like Mace Windu. And if Luke Skywalker can take lightning for longer against someone more powerful, despite being less powerful than Mace Windu at the point of it happening, then surely Mace Windu can be alive, right? So this, combined with the fact that Disney or Lucasfilm or whoever would make a lot of money from Mace Windu coming back, and they would gain a lot of respect from certain fans, in my opinion, such as myself and Star Wars Theory, who I talked about at the start, I think it's logical to bring Mace Windu back. Now, touching on gaining the respect and simply pleasing, say, someone like Star Wars Theory and prequel fans, that's probably something quite important for Disney, because I feel like a lot of the people that don't like the sequels are people that really like the prequels. Now, I'm not hating on anyone for that, I'm just saying that seems to be what it is. So if Disney manages to make these fans happy, the ones that aren't too happy with Disney, then that's going to be really good for them. That is another reason why they should bring back Mace Windu, alongside the fact that it actually makes sense for him to still be alive. Now, obviously, I've spoke about people disliking Disney and the sequels and that, so I've just got to clarify, you can like or dislike whatever you want in Star Wars. That is completely down to you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, whether it's you liking something that they don't like, or whether you disliking something that they like. It doesn't matter. Like what you want, dislike what you want. It's completely down to you. Just respect people's opinions. So, with that being said, that is why I think Mace Windu is alive. That is proof of why he can still be alive. And yeah, please do leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more Star Wars content. Let me know if you think Mace Windu is alive, and let me know if you want him to be alive. And yeah, with that being said, goodbye.